Hi everyone. Standing just outside of my children's school, and I wanted to share a quick reflection on a form of nonviolent protest that many of us don't pay as much attention to because it doesn't grab headlines and we don't describe it as such. And I wanted to frame it in terms of where we are in the Torah, and especially because we're about to commemorate Martin Luther King Jr., an incredible icon of activism, of a strange brand of negotiating the body politic, his own personal conviction, leaving some of his comfort level behind in order to advocate for the totality of not just his community but his entire world. And so this is something I wanted to simply share. On a beautiful day like today, caught in the middle of a week where we begin the book of Exodus as a Jewish community, where Moses, who grows up both in his tribal home and in the palace with his adoptive mother, and then because some stirring of conscience calls him to leave both behind, goes to the land of Midian, finds a new tribe with his father-in-law, a Midianite high priest, starts a family, and gets a call from God to leave even that behind again and go try to be the bridge builder his very identity calls him into being. How many parts of your identity sometimes feel at conflict when you look at the world? How do you make a decision when even the candidate you might feel closest to, most excited about, only stands for 80%, 85% of who you wish that person were and all the principles you wish for with your pure heart? Dr. King said that one of the ways that we are called, especially as Americans, to activate our rights to nonviolent protest is to do the singular act of protest where your voice counts 1,000,000%, which is vote. There's something extraordinary about what the framers and founders of this country did, and we are still trying to work it out. But they accomplished what some historians call an evolutionary revolution, an explosion in slow motion. There is something incredibly important about our ability to change the destiny of our nation. With all the complex identity questions we have, and all the complex people we can choose between. No one will be our perfect candidate, but it's clear that if we want to build a beloved community the way Dr. King envisioned, if we have a dream worth pursuing, there are certain things we can do, and we dare not abdicate that right that our sisters and brothers have died for, the right to vote, the right to articulate who we wish to be in the world and the world we wish to be. We can do something incredibly important, and part of that is making sure that those around us not just have the ability and the awareness, but the accessibility to vote. And so in these months leading up to not just the primaries, but the actual election, if you can commit yourself today and tomorrow in the name of all of our prophets, in the name of our founders, in the name of your descendants, to building the world to be just a little bit better than the one you inherited, this is the moment to think about that. This is the moment to make real the dream. Nonviolent protest comes in many forms. Voting is the simplest and most urgent of them all.